Good day everyone. So I've been selling the AF blemish units for a number of months now, and I've seen enough units to make a good conclusion about it that it's actually worth the money. In fact, it's so good that I've actually been mainly buying the blemish units and then take a risk of how it is going to turn out. Most of the time it's going to be good, although there are some times in which it is not as good. So it is not to say that there's risk-free, okay? There is some risk. So I grouped them into like 3 different grades, A, B, and C, A being the best and C being the worst. So I would say that there are so far 2 units that I would consider as a grade C. One of them is the one in my hand. The rest of them is usually grade A and B, which I consider as very good. The defects are very minor and you would definitely just overlook it, okay? Because in fact, even when I pay full price, okay, I have paid some full price bowl and I still see some of the defects that you find on the grade A and grade B defects, such as tiny bubbles, some dust in the glue, yeah, so things like that still appear even when I pay full price. So why not buy at a discount? It would be considered a grade A or B blemish, but I'm getting the same thing with the full price, so I think it's worth it. So that's why I'm buying a number of them as a ready stock. I just think it's better value, and why would I pay more for literally the same thing, right? Okay, so I'm gonna actually show you grade C first. I mean the worst. I'm gonna show you the worst first. And then I'm going to show you the better ones that I got in my inventory right now. Actually, they make up the majority of the inventory. So let's look at it first. This is a grade C. Okay, when we order them, AF only give us a list. There's no photos. We have no idea how it's going to turn out. So it's quite a gamble. Okay, so have a look. On this one, you can see this white spots here. Yeah, those are bubbles. Those are bubbles, very visible bubbles. So this will be considered as a grade C. Luckily, I think this bowl is going to be fine. I mean, it's going to work, but it's not very beautiful because of the defect there. It's very visible. Definitely, you can't hide it. It's there. It's there. Okay. Yeah, see that, the white spots there. Okay, so because this bowl is only 24 pounds, okay, pretty low, 24 pounds, and the bending section is right here. The bubbles are up here, so it'll probably be fine. If you were to pay a full price on this unit, it will probably cost more than double. So at this price, okay, it's a really good bargain. It's a very good bargain. But of course, it's quite you're taking a risk. Okay, you're taking a risk. If you cannot accept this kind of defect on a grade C, pay the full price. Then at least at full price, you're not gonna get this bad. Okay, it's not gonna get this bad. But at full price, you might actually end up with a grade A or grade B kind of defect. It's there, it's not perfect, but you're not gonna get like that. Okay, so when you pay for a blemish bowl, yes, there is a risk of getting like this, but there's also a very good chance that you end up with what I'm gonna show you soon. Those are the grade A and B. Most of them pretty much is considered spotless, okay? And you will see it. So let's start with this one here. I might just skip most of the, if there's no flaw, there's nothing to look at, right? There's nothing to look at. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I will consider this as an A, grade A. The only blemish is here. You see there's a black line here, that's it. Okay, and this one is not structural issue. So this one is a very good buy. Someone already paid for it. Okay. So again, there's nothing to look at. It's just flawless. If no one were to mention it to you, you would probably think it's a full price flawless unit. So there's also nothing down here. There's nothing here. Everything is perfect. So where's the blemish? It's a super tiny. You see this black dot of dust here? I'm not sure what it is. Like maybe it's some sort of fiber when they were grinding stuff in the factory, so the dust was like flying around and drop on the glue. So it's just that tiny little dust in there. And I can tell you, even with the full price unit, I'm getting this kind of thing. So is this considered as a defect? Actually, I don't think so. Okay, I don't think it's like a defect, because when I pay for full price, I'm getting the same shit. And at a bargain price, well, it has that, but it doesn't affect anything other than yeah, it has a very tiny. I mean, look at it. Look at how tiny it is. Okay, look at how tiny it is. See that? That's it. The whole bowl. That's the only one. Okay. Okay. So this one here is near spotless. Look at it. Do you see any problem? It's again perfect. Okay. So it's right here. Very tiny, very tiny. You see a black dot there? Again, the same kind of dust in there. It's like super tiny dust there. The rest of the bowl is flawless. No issue whatsoever. It's completely flawless. So do you consider that as a defect? If I pay full price, again, I do get that. I do get this kind of thing even on full price. So do you consider it as a defect? I don't think so. That's why I call it a grade A. Okay, it's grade A of blemish. It almost is flawless. Okay. Okay, there. So this one here, we have two spots. If you don't look at the dots, right, those spots, the rest of them is flawless. So there is where is it? Okay, it's right here. Is it a tiny little thing? So that's the one. And then I saw another one down here. You see that? Okay. The other side is spotless. No flaw. So grade A. Okay, yeah, this one I'll still consider grade A, although it's like maybe A minus kind of thing. So here there is two very fine black lines here. One of them is here. Yes, here. The rest of the bowl is flawless. Flawless. Nothing to look at. So I do consider this as another grade A, maybe A minus. Okay, but it's not B. It's not that bad. It's because the line is very thin, very narrow. Just look at that. If I don't tell you, you might not even notice that. Okay. Where is it? Okay. So this side, no issue. Okay, no issue on this side. Nothing to look at. Nothing to look at here either. This one here, it's right here. Now this one here is a bit larger. This is probably some wood fiber. Some wood fiber. So just very tiny. I would still consider it as a grade A because look at it. It's so tiny. Okay. Next, we can have a look at this Zuran. Is there any defect at all? Huh. Okay. So I don't see anything here or here or here. The only spot I suspect, maybe, okay, maybe, because is this even counted? There's like a super faint darker line here. Does it even count? Like personally, I don't count that as a defect, but I don't see any other thing on this bowl. So I would call this like an A plus. This one here is very, very good condition. It's a 40-pound bowl. There's no owner yet, so if you want it. Okay. Yesterday, some customer came and they already took 2 units. One is a Zuran blue curly maple, also nearly spotless. Like on that particular bowl, there's only one white dot on here. That's it. The rest of the bowl is flawless. And then another one exactly like this, Zuran 33 pounds, spotless. That one I'm also very confused, like where the hell is the flaw? I don't see any. It looks like a completely new bowl. So this one is a very good buy. Okay, this one here is a Tatar blue curly maple. On the back is perfect. On the back is perfect. There's nothing to look at all. Okay, but on the belly there is a rather obvious line. Maybe it's difficult to show in the camera because it depends on the lighting, but there is like a line down here. You kind of see that, right? There is kind of like a line running across here. White streak is actually a white streak, but it may not show very easily on this camera right here. Okay, but in person it does show more easily. Okay, I'm not gonna waste time trying to show it, but it's there. Also, the color is not very even. Okay, it's not even. Okay, so it's not very even. I would consider this as a grade B. Okay, grade B, because the defect is more visible, but it doesn't affect the quality, it doesn't affect the performance, so it's just a little bit more visible. Like the white streak is like running across the whole thing. So I would consider it as a grade B. It's not severe, but it's just larger than what I would consider as a grade A. Okay, so 38 pounds, this one. Okay, this one here is a Tatar oak, 30 pounds. Okay, literally there is no defect. Okay, if you just look for defects, as in like dust, nothing. There is nothing to look at here. Nothing here. Okay, there is nothing on this bowl at all. So what is the blemish? Okay, so upon careful inspection, what I do notice is they probably, after production, during storage, they probably stack a lot of bowls on top of each other. Okay, and the pressure, the weight from the bowls press an indentation, a very slight indentation into the side here. So it's the clear coat. It's not the bowl that is damaged, it's actually the clear coat. It's here. I'm gonna try to bring it close, but then again, it may not show. It's very small. The camera may not focus properly, but okay, anyway, it is a very tiny one here where the clear coat is slightly peeled off symmetrically. So there is two, one here, the other one is here. Okay, so because it's symmetric, that's why I know that they probably stack both together and then the limbs press on it and cause these marks. It's barely visible. It took me a while to find what the problem was. So I would consider this as a grade A. So you see, most of the bows that came in are grade A, occasionally a few grade Bs, and so far out of so many units I've seen, there's only 2 grade Cs. So statistically, I think it's worth the risk. That's why I've been buying, for my ready stock inventory, I've been just buying these blemish bows. If it's if the defect is not as good, I'm gonna sell it a bit cheaper. And if the bow is near flawless, grade A, then I'm gonna sell it at a little bit higher price. It makes sense, right? I'm taking a risk as well. So if the bow turn out, I'm gonna sell it a bit cheaper, and if it turn out great, I can sell it just a tiny bit more expensive. So if you feel that it's a risk worth taking, check out the AF blemish bows.